Hello everyone, Sesray here with more Final Fantasy XI. I know we are normally a streaming of this on Sundays, but Silly again is going to be away this Sunday, and I was away last Sunday, so we decided we'll do it again on Thursday because we have some time. We're going to be going for about 2 hours instead of our usual 3 hours on Sunday, but that's because Silly's got bed time at 8 and 10 to be up for work.
So he's got bed.
Exactly. Silly's got bed.
Oh man, yeah, I do.
Joining us, of course, is Miro and Silly, who put out some runic power stuff. So yeah, we're gonna be doing some Seekers of Adeline tonight. We left off where we had to go speak the level in the Pioneers Coalition. We had to wait a game day, so we were like, fuck it, let's just stop at the point that we did. It was just gonna take 30 minutes anyway. I think our game day is like 40 minutes.
Something like that.
Alright, so level's this dude. I think our voice level.
Yep.
I don't remember the voice I used for him, so. Well, burn my brambles and call me a ghost town if it ain't Miro. Did you hear about the official duel in the Raja Waterways? You bet your britches. Of course you did. Then I guess you done know the outcome already, eh? No matter the result, it's that there was fighting about that really gets the blood boiling. Versus Grand Chancellor Ignis reinstated colonization, those in favor and those against be squaring off something fierce. At each other's throats like rabid Lepinians, I say. This ain't the first incident neither. With all the young'uns around here more ornery about this topic than a Valk with a toothache, it ain't hard to see why tensions be a-flaring. How can I find out more? Well, I ain't much of no reader, but if you're looking to turn a page or two about the ill will between the two factions, the Selenia Memorial Library is a good place to start. There's one title in particular on the tip of my tongue, but... Alright, that's great. Hang on a sec though, we will find out what to do next.
I think that was pretty much the same accent you used. Also, he seems to like occasionally forget how to speak English, and not always. Ain't no varmint gonna. They really try to make these guys sound like they're from the Wild West half the time.
I try to keep a good southern accent going, but it just breaks off all the time.
It's hard.
Hang on a second. Okay, so we are gonna go to Eastern Adeline now and talk to Apple Grapple or something. Treple? I don't know what their name is, but we're gonna head over to Eastern Adeline nonetheless.
I'm ready.
Okay. So everyone, yes, those of you who don't know, we are finally in Seekers of Adeline. If you've missed our previous 2 streams where we actually got into this content, this is where we are. I actually really like this zone. It's a good amalgamation of everything they've done so far, plus new stuff. Alright, so we're going to Eastern Adeline. I don't know what home point is close to, so let's just go to home point 2. Or 1. Yeah. Alright. Apple Treple is the name of the character. Okay, so Apple Treple is at... Yeah, they're next to the Scouts Coalition. Okay, so home point 2 would have been better, maybe? Yeah, whatever. Let's go.
I'm ready.
So we're heading down there.
Get stuck. Still there though. I can see it. Get stuck on a light pole.
I guess it's a good thing that I asked you to do this with me because soloing the Adeline stuff is apparently possible if you have the right gear sets for it.
But otherwise...
Yeah, otherwise it's better if you actually have somebody with you. Alright, I guess I'll voice Apple Treple as well. Just no mistakes, that we're both fired. The Selenial Memorial Library contains relics of knowledge from ancient past, as well as the latest illuminated publications. Would you care to enter the Vastaru Vault of Knowledge? Yes. I think I'm gonna start making a spreadsheet of all the characters we voice.
I thought you already did that.
I just had a notepad thing, but I didn't make one for this character.
Oh, this library's cool.
Yes. Why can't libraries in real life look like this? Alright, so we gotta speak to... I think Yefafa over here. Let me check.
Yefafa.
Yefafa. You can voice Yefafa.
You got it.
Not sure if this is a boy or a girl, so...
It's like a girl. Oh, it's a cutscene. You've noticed that kids of all kinds have been frequenting the Raja Waterway lately, right? No. I obviously don't mean pioneers. Who'd think out of that? I mean Adelinian guys and girls. They keep using this strange phrase with each other. All these whippersnappers in their argotaru. Why can't they use real words?
I turn my volume on the game down a bit. There we go. Alright, so we spoke to her. Once aside, talk to her and read all of the options in the book entitled History. Also on the shelves next to Fafa.
You know, I wonder, is the naming convention for Taru for the males to have two names and the female to have one name? Because like Robo Akbel, Koromaru, but then you have like Shantoto,
That's a good question.
and the other female Taru.
Oh, that's a good question.
Kapipi.
That's probable because Koromaru, yeah, Kipipi. We should take a look around and see if that's the case. This shelf is packed with tomes chronicling the historical events that took place within the sacred city of Adelin. Alright, so we gotta read each of these apparently.
Oh boy.
Colonization Decree. In the year 880, the leader of the Order of Adelin, Ignis S. Adelin, declared the continent of Abuka open to colonization. His fiat proved controversial, as the 12 orders quickly became divided over the issue. Leaders in support of the colonization, Ignis S. Adelin, Melvian de Melacqua, Chero Machero, Margaret, just Margaret,
Margaret,
Lee Lahangavo, Flaviria, and Reginald. M. Chuchu, leaders in opposition to colonization. The following page is creased in a peculiar manner. Hildebert, Gratzig, Senja, Iki Askabant. Alright, so you can read Craggy Communion.
Alright. 100 years after the Great Expedition came to a close, Adelin's leaders were still plagued by the numerous burdens the era had left on their city. Faced with mass poverty and the eventual collapse of their nation, the king and the 11 order representatives debated furiously for days on end on how to rectify their plight. It was only a matter of time before they would realize the only recourse left to them was to form an alliance. Thus, the long-standing dynasty erected by the founder king was torn down, and out of the political rubble came the sacred city of Adelin, established to both further the economic prospects of the nation, as well as to quell its upstart rivals. This merger of the archipelago's various settlements signaled a new beginning for the continent.
Alright, I'll get the Great Expedition's twilight years. In the year 673, the Great Expedition came to a close. The royal fiat banning colonization was promulgated, and work on the monstrous western wall of the city, termed Yorius Yet, came to a head. The denizens of this island capital had but one choice: huddle meekly behind the thick city walls or face the untamed wilds of Abuka. Alright, that should be it. Okay, so I'm not sure if those are all of the histories. Looks like it. Okay. And then we return to level.
Ah.
See you later, Yafafa. This
Yafafa.
is Mackle Packle. Haha, Pack! That's a male. I think you might be right on that, Silly.
Yeah, I'm curious. Seems like it. Although, I mean, there is Star Sybil, but I don't know if Star is part of her name.
I think that's her title.
She's just a star. She's a literally giant ball of gas.
Yeah. No, I think Star Sybil is the actual title itself. Actually, let's just go this way to the 1.2.
Just go the other way.
There it is.
Okay.
There's Dark Cox.
Dark Cox.
I don't think we should be pronouncing the Dark and Cox as two separate syllables there.
Dark Cox? Well, they would be two separate syllables, but...
Yeah, but like
Right,
the
so...
K gets two separate pronunciations. Western Adeline, home point 1.
Right, one, right.
Scroll of Region 5 and Raise 3.
Nice, dude. Way to go. That's gonna be annoying when we start leveling more casters, and I guess we'll have most of the spells, but like White Mage and things like that. Buying all the spells to heal with and stuff. Like 50,000 a pop.
Okay, level. Hey, there's Nat Cat. Hello, Nat Cat, with your Moogle shield. That's adorable. Alright, give me a sec here. I just gotta answer somebody. Alright, level. Aha, it's you, Miro. I never need to break out of the old lasso when you're around. You always seem to know exactly when I need to find you. We've had a few whoops and hollers from concerned citizens about some young people skirting in and out of the waterways. Looks like they're up to no good, given all the whispering and mumbling they do. Now, I'd say these reports hold as much water as an upside-down plate. And it seems the Peacekeepers Coalition is inclined to agree. They won't have any of it. I know they seem insignificant, but we need to cover all corners of the corral and off the chances that they're true, especially given the history of the issue in that duel the other day. Could you do me a favor and mosey on down to the Raja Waterways to check things out again? We were just down there last time we played.
Yeah.
Alright, so we gotta go down to the Raja Waterways. Let me find out which one we should go to, though. Alright, enter Raja Waterways for a cutscene. Entering Raja Waterways from Western Adeline F5 allows you to do this part faster. Okay. So F5 is the one down by the rest area, I believe. Hang on. We are in Western Adeline. Stop running against the wall. Alright.
I just stood next to you.
F5. Okay, so we gotta go in through the upper part there. So let's use. So no, let's not use any of the teleporters because there's no point in doing it. None of them are really close to where it is.
Mm-hmm.
And we'd just be teleporting from here to the this right here. So this walkway, this thoroughfare, this.
Did you go left at the walkway?
Uh,
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I have to, once you get to that open room, that's a spot where you're always stuck. So I have to figure out which direction you went in.
Yes. The part where I start teleporting around.
Yeah.
There's
Good
Cat.
game. You know what I feel like, you know what it is? I think it's when the game engine has to load objects in the distance.
Yeah.
The game stutters a little bit.
Yeah. That's
Which
what
makes
happens.
sense.
That's what happens
Because I
in an
don't-
old game.
Yeah, and I don't think that the draw distance was meant to be that high. So the game, like, the engine doesn't support it very well. And we're just increasing the draw distance because our computer can do it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I was supposed to go in that door, yeah.
Yep. Okay, so it says enter for a cutscene. The faintest of voices echoes off the corridor walls. All hail the masterminds! The masterminds! The two voices chanted the same phrases in a slightly unsynchronized manner as they faded into the distance. Alright. So So now we gotta head to C6, and we gotta click on a sluice gate. When prompted, you gotta type HGSI, all caps. I'll mind you when we get there. So I said C6, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is C5.
Let me check it just to be sure. C6, okay. Is there a sluice gate in 6 as well? Yes, there is. Let's turn and go down this way here.
So you do GIHI?
HGSI, but come with me.
HGSI.
HGSI. Oops. I'm out of range. How come I out of range?
I don't know.
Did I let you do it?
Yeah. Just all in caps, basically?
Yeah, all caps HGSI.
Okay.
For whom do we toil? HGSI. There you go, cutscene. Enter. Alright, you can voice this Ophige Archivo.
I don't recall seeing your face here before. I suppose it's not unheard of to get new recruits. Get going or the council will begin without you. Do they all have masks? Oh, we don't. Oh, well, most of them do.
You can voice Finn Pierogi as well.
Okay. Take heed, brethren! We cannot afford to bide our time any longer. The colonization movement is gaining momentum at a frightening pace. Its supporters disguise it as the herald of agrarian prosperity. In reality, however, it's not but an excuse to justify the raping of the land. To wit, there was an incident a few days past where someone tried to burn the forest to ashes.
Speak you the truth? She does. Our glorious leader witnessed it with his own eyes. He says that the Peacekeepers Coalition is currently on the case. That one.
These vermin are a disgrace to our continent. We cannot forgive their transgressions. And where there's one cockroach, thousands more spring from the woodwork. Ulbuka's jungle is vast, but it cannot last forever against this interminable infestation. They've already culled an irrevocable amount of wildlife and uprooted most of the rare plants. And to throw salt in the jungle's wounds, they've begun recruiting more pioneers from overseas. These adventurers have befouled not only the wilderness with their presence, but the sacred city of Adoulin as well. Ulbuka is our motherland. She deserves better than to be accosted by complete strangers.
These so-called adventurers do seem a bit too proficient at pioneering. That is for certain. Ever since they arrived, they have more than doubled the pace of the colonization movement. Word has spread that these ruffians have even managed to infiltrate Yorshire Wield's deepest recesses.
Recently, the Inventors and Pioneers coalitions have started working even more closely together. What's more, they brought over some prodigy from a foreign land who's overrunning the continent with inventions. They waved the banner of what they call progress, saying these inventions will increase crop yields. What kind of progress reduces our woodlands to wastelands? Their hypocrisy makes me want to hack a hairball at every last one of them. You there, what do you think? Do you truly think ravaging the forest will help feed Adoulin?
What do you think?
I don't think it will help.
Of course it won't help.
You're damn right it won't. There's no possible way a plan that contradicts the Founder's Kings would go smoothly. We must preserve the forest at all costs, for the sake of the continent and for the Founder King. I repeat, we have little time left. Arciela promised that her brother Yegnis would make an appearance at the next assembly. Were that to happen, support for the colonization initiative would flourish.
Indeed.
We must act before Ignis and the pioneers can trample Ulbuka's wilderness underfoot. Arciela, however, often calls for the colonization movement to take on a more reserved form. She is sympathetic to our cause. That is why, though it may take time, I believe we can convince her to lead us into the new era. To make that easier, Ignis must be removed from his position as the head of Adolin's most prominent order. For all eternity. We shall uphold the will of the Founder King and restore Adolin to its former glory.
Indeed.
We strike during the dead of night. Give us your blood, your sweat, and your tears so that Adolin may be reborn. A giant crowd cheers.
There's like 8 people there. Obtain key item, note detailing seditious plans.
It'd be cool if you had like different storyline options. Like give this to one person or another person and different things would happen.
Indeed. Alright, so let's see here. If you enter the incorrect password, you'll be locked out. Entering the password to return the login and register to begin. You'll also have to wait another game day. Okay, we don't have to do that.
Whoa! Wow, gating, SE.
Speak to Plo Trishback at the castle gate. Okay, that was you at the castle gates, so let's go to there.
Okay. That's crazy. If you messed up the password, you had to wait a whole nother game day?
You get a certain amount of tries, but if you fail too many, it...
I guess a game day is better than a Japanese midnight.
Wait till Japanese midnight.
Joke's on you, you have to wait till tomorrow, literally. So we're going up to like where the palace is, basically?
Yep. So we're just gonna go
Closest
grab
that to
a
here.
waypoint.
Oh, the waypoint, right.
Let's see, closest waypoint's probably down this way.
That guy started to run and decided against it, I guess.
He did the Homer Simpson one. Took 2 steps and was like... He was just dying out of breath.
That's the me run.
That's the you run? Yeah, right. You go to the gym every day now.
Yeah, my legs are strong, but I weigh a lot more than my legs expect.
Alright, let's go.
Alright, so we're going to...
And then I think it is... Castle Adolin Gates. Well, that makes
Hey,
sense.
that's easy.
That makes sense.
That's probably the one.
Next thing you know, it's not. It's the furthest from it.
Since we started streaming, 9 people that I follow started streaming.
Really? That's weird.
Yeah.
I got 6 people I stream
That's
and follow when it
crazy.
started, yeah. What the hell's Astroneer? One of the people I follow is streaming Astroneer.
I don't know.
Anyway. So we gotta talk to Plo Trishabek. That was you. Trishbach.
Right. The one that doesn't have a accent.
Yep.
What business have you at this hour? Ah, I knew I recognized you. You're Miro, the pioneer invited to the dinner here some time ago. Please pardon my temporary lapse in memory. Sadly, I am under strict orders not to let anyone into the castle this late at night. What? A plot by anti-colonization revolutionaries, you say? I'm afraid that isn't my jurisdiction. You'll have to inform the Peacekeepers Coalition, as they are much more prepared than I to deal with something of this scope. Come to think of it, I remember Granith mentioning a problem with the kitchen. I hardly think that has anything to do with a conspiracy, though. What was it? Oh, just that they had yet to receive their weekly stock of ingredients from the Civic Arboretum.
Civic Arboretum.
I often feel like I should have picked a different race because we were both the same exact thing.
Well, in future games we'll do that.
Right, yeah. Could have been like Kataru or Mithra or something.
This was our first foray into joint streaming, so... Alright, so... Our next one is to go back to the Raja Waterways. From Western Adolin. So, I'm not sure which one's closest to that, so... Let's, I-12 entrance in Western Adolin. So... My guess is... probably Mummer's Coalition. Yeah, let's go
Okay.
for Mummers Coalition.
You got it, dude.
Getting quite a bit of story stuff going tonight.
Yeah.
I have a pretty good feeling we'll finish chapter 2
Ooh.
tonight. And there's 5 chapters total. Alright, so we're gonna head. Once I can see you, I'm standing over by the entryway to the road. This fucking goblin's name is Rewardox. There you are. There's a person here named Milk Jug.
Nice. Good name.
Alright, so we're gonna head down here. So what do you think, Sully? Do you want to join the colonization effort? Colonize
Aren't we part of
Adeline?
it? Aren't we technically part of it?
I suppose we are, yes. But I mean you, like the real you.
No.
You can go colonize that island that has that tribe of people that are complete isolationists.
No.
That rain arrows upon boats that try to get close to the island.
I'm not gonna do that.
Alright, so now that we're in the Raja Waterways, where do we have to go? Entrance near the Moghouse exit, and speak wish Chalvava F11 for cutscene. Okay, Chalvava. That may be the NPC we spoke to before, I believe.
Maybe.
If it is, you are the voice of Chalvava. If it isn't, I will voice Chalvava. Why is that guy just standing in the middle of the thoroughfare?
Why not?
That's a good question. That's a good counter argument. Oh yeah, Chalvava was the one that you voiced before. Remember this dude?
It's a girl. Remember, we decided that if they have one name, it's a girl.
Yeah, that's a good point. And it is a girl.
Welcome to the Arboretum Weedum. It's so rare to see someone in this neck of the waterways. What brings you down here?
Well, first of all, we know you already.
What's that? From the Middle Whittlelands, you say? And you want to help with the colonization effort, Aru? Oh, thank you so much. What a kind heart, Aru, you have. What do we have here? We raise vegetables, that's what. Did you know that all the water here is pumped up from deep below the island's surface?
So it's salt water.
Then it goes around and around and around, an intricate reticulation of tunnels. Maybe the tunnel's design would be more logical if they weren't built 200 years ago, but the geomancers back then did a good job with what they were given. Anyhow, we use some of the water and this spot, Aru, to grow our vegetables. To let you in on a little secret, Aru, the Alliance's most important person lends us his aid every so often. Exactly. None other than Ignis as Adeline. He says that a place like this is needed not only to provision the colonization movement, but to help make the city self-sufficient, Aru. Sadly, he's been feeling under the weather for a while. I can hardly remember the last time I saw him. Lots of people criticize Ignis's decision to colonize Ulbuka, saying he's gone too far. Everyone here, though, still stands tall and proud in support of him. Sorry, but it's not too appetizing, is it? The Adventurers Coalition was nice enough to develop a water purification system for us. But even with that, it's still rather dirty worry. Plus, the lack of light down here means the plants often don't get enough nutrient use. There's no one denying that they fill your stomach to the brim, though. You won't find fresh produce at a cheaper price anywhere in Adeline, either. Oh, over here. These Adelinian tomatoes look positively scrumptious-wumptious. Incidentally, let me tell you a little something about Arciella. You do know her, right? By the way you talk, it sounds like you're best of friends. How'd you get to be so close to her? Well, never mind. Well, Arciella trekked all around the jungle just to pick up some tomato sproutlings for us. They truly are amazing specimens. for I've never seen any plant more resistant to disease. I still reminisce sometimes about the time I told her, it'd be my pleasure to give you the first harvest, Aru. Why? Well, because her smile was positively angelic. I felt, Aru, as if I had gazed upon the countenance of the goddess herself. Ah, I do believe that inspiration has struck. If you're on such good terms with the Princess, why don't you take today's batch to her? Just tell her they're from Chalvava, and she's sure to accept Aru. You don't mind wine, do you? See, the amount of work I have left is absolutely staggering. While I would rather do it myself, I guess I'll have to let you steal the spotlight, Aru. Chalvava premises.
Chalva vacate. Ah, deliver the goods.
Thank you. You're an valuable help.
Oh my god.
This game is so ridiculous.
Here you go. Don't you dare drop these, or the ghosts of us crestfallen researchers will haunt you even into the afterlife. Now, here's my question regarding farming.
Yeah.
Do you know if it is the soil and the water plants absorb that give them nutrients, and is it not just the sun that gives them glucose through photosynthesis, or does the sun also provide? I guess it provides. I don't know if vitamin D is something that is like a thing for plants. I don't know how. Do you know anything about that?
No.
I feel like it's the soil that gives the nutrients, but what do I know?
I don't know a lot about agriculture. I won't pretend to know a lot about agriculture. I do know that photosynthesis fills the chloroplasts with the glucose and energy that they need. But beyond
Yusuf.
that, hello, Yusuf.
Knows. Yusuf, use your vast knowledge of agriculture to tell us the answer to this question.
All right, so now we gotta go to Flo Trishbach.
Of course, I know RCL.
Yeah, let's go to the not the home point, but the waypoint again. Should be just up here.
Joke's wearing a carpet hat.
And there's Yusuf's edition. Orange juice greater than all.
What does that have to do with anything? Oh, yeah.
All right.
Someone's ringing my doorbell. Not for me, though.
Castle Allingay.
Wait, that's an Eastern, right?
Yep. Yusuf's agricultural knowledge has staggered us. That is profound. Well,
It is profound.
I don't entirely see how it relates to what we were discussing. I'll take your word for it.
Orange juice is pretty good, though. I
All right,
I
before we
almost got some
continue,
this morning.
I'm gonna reset the recording.